Hey everyone, and welcome back. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we go from the takeaway and start moving this club to get to the top of the backswing. The way that it's taught in the traditional method, the modern golf swing, I'll show you what that looks like real quick. Get set up, they're in posture, they go here, they take that club to where it gets back like that, and then they start going like this. See how this is being done by me in my hands right now. And so when they get there, they're like, okay, now I got to get this club to here. Now I'm going to see how I'm doing this lifting motion with my hands, taking me to the top. You have to remember, my hands in the golf swing and anything else, especially the golf swing, my hands are away from my body. The further it gets, that my hands get away from me, my center, the more trouble that we can get into all over the place, and the reliability of our hands is no good. So when they get here, they're like, they make this move and they start setting the hands. See that? The hands start setting, and they start setting them up and down more or less like a hammer. And that hammer starts to go here. So they're there, and then they start setting them up. And they're setting them up on this angled plane that is going to take them to the top, and they're going to come up and get there correctly. However, there's a better way to do it, and I'm absolutely positive you're going to agree. We don't use our hands in our golf swing, and why the efficiency of the human body. Think about it for a minute. If I had this in my hand and I'm going to hit it up and down like a hammer, and you can grab a hammer, you're going to be easy to see this. It's going to make so much sense, it's not even funny. So if I took this hammer and I'm hammering something into the ground, no good. Because I'm not working up and down. I'm not trying to hit this ball into the ground. I'm trying to hit the ball that way. So what we learn to do is we learn to take this wrist angle from here, and we turn it here, and we bring it back. And we turn it here, and we bring it back. It is not an up and down motion with the wrist like they want you to believe. It is here, and then it's this way. And look at this. I am not doing anything except for setting this lever back, and look how far I can move that club head without doing anything. Okay? See that? Does it make sense? So if we get here, we're not going up and down because the range of motion of that is very limited, and it just is. But the range of motion of this is extremely, see it? Boom. Boom. See how far I can advance this club head just by doing this. Now on the downswing, it's not really going to 100% happen like that, but it damn sure is on the backswing. Okay? So what we learn to do is very simple. We get here, we're going to get set up good, the right way, we're going to shift. Now watch this. I'm going to hit that spot too, but I'm now working this way around my body. And see that? If you can think of the plane of the club, and everybody's confused about this too, they think the plane is something that happens up here around my shoulders. And there's many people out there that talk about the swing circle center being around the chest and all these different things. But let me tell you something. The center, period, is my center of mass in the way that it happens. So realistically, if we took this plane and started extending it infinitely, there's the real plane of the golf swing. It's right here. So we've got to learn to take this club away in a way that is positively related to the 90-degree angles that we have, and we've got to keep this shaft on plane as long as we possibly can before we involve a vertical component, which I'm going to get into in a little bit as well. So anyways, what we've got to do first, there's our takeaway. See how the club is low to the ground. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to set this wrist back this way, and see how this is very much parallel with the way that it just came. It's almost like we're just going like this right here, which is keeping it on the real plane that is down here with the shaft, instead of us picking it up and dropping it onto this plane as we start the downswing. Hopefully that's going to clear it up. And as you start to understand the power that you have in setting this wrist, it really stops all of this arm swinging, handsy type of motion. And what you do is you start to gain control of your body the way that it was built or designed to be able to use a lever, the lever of the elbow, shoulders. There's a lot more levers in the body, but we're just talking about this on this. We're going to call it a change of direction move to get us to the top. So traditionally, the way they teach it, here, they get to here. Now they start lifting the hands to get us to the top. And you can instantly see it. I mean, you'd have to be blind not to. But here, boom. See how they're doing that? They go here, against this, and then they're taking this club to the top. The way it needs to be done and controlled by the body is we're here, now I'm just boom, just like that. And as you can see, look where my hands are. They're right here in the center of me. And now, because of this, look at the angle relationship. I have this 90-degree angle, again, from here to here, that I am maintaining and working around and with the harmony of this shifting move of the body instead of the negative, to where it would be working against what's happening with our 90-degree setup. And once you start to understand that, it's going to make a lot more sense. So remember, the way they're doing it, here, up and down like a hammer to get to the top, no good. We want to be in sync with our 90-degree relationship of the posture and make this club work good as we're setting this back. Now, a lot of people are going to go, man, that club is way too inside. Let me tell you something. Tell them that if somebody says that to you, say you have no idea what you're talking about. Because the reality is, there's now, once we get from here, there's a way to take this club to the top. And how we're going to use our levers to do that, I'm going to show you shortly. So we'll be right back, and we'll go from there.